Did you just get a client? Congratulations! I'm proud of you. And guess what? In this video, I'm going to tell you what to do with them now so that you can complete your project and everybody's happy. Keep watching this video to find out what information you need to get from your client before starting to work on their project to make sure that you give them the best copy they will ever receive, they will ever lay their eyes on in their entire business ventures life. Let's go. By the way, welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Adriana. I'm a copywriter. I've been copywriting for a year and a half. I'm a freelance copywriter. And what sets me apart is that I started copywriting full-time straight away because I didn't give myself a different choice. I quit my job and here I am today. Everything's worked out fine. It was intense, but I learned a lot, and this channel is all about me sharing everything that I've learned along my journey to help you become a copywriter fast. So let's get into I'm going to create a PDF with all the things that I mentioned in this video so that you can download it and you can keep it on your computer and refer back to it every time you have a new client, to almost treat it like a checklist to make sure that you have all of the information that you need, all of it. The number one thing I always ask my clients for is their previous and current marketing strategies. Of course, we're talking about things that are relevant. I don't care about things that they did 10 years ago with, stuff that's just not relevant to what we're doing now. But anything that they've already tried around this product or around the service that I'm going to be writing for, I like to see. Why? For two reasons. Number one is you can see what has worked and what hasn't worked. Okay, and in this way you can evaluate when you're writing your copy which way to go. Because if you don't get this information, then of course you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so it's good to prepare yourself, and in this way you'll be able to write better copy if you understand what has already worked and what hasn't worked. Examples of this could be previous Facebook ads that they've run, previous emails that they've sent out, but also ask for the data that comes along with it, right? So if they've sent out emails, ask for the data, like how many people clicked the email, how many people didn't click it, how many people took action, because then you'll understand what kind of headlines work for this product, what kind of language worked for it. So the other thing, number two, second reason why I like to ask for the previous and current marketing strategy is just so you get a general feel for what the brand voice is like and how they like to communicate with their audience. This is just going to give you a general idea, and of course the client might want to completely scrap what they've used so far and they might want to reinvent the brand completely. But then this also starts the conversation, right? Because you will ask them questions like, so hey, is this what you like? Is this what you're expecting in this kind of tone, the way you communicate with your audience? Do you like that? Do you want to change it? Here's my idea, here's how I see it. Don't be scared to ask like how they came around to that idea and what they liked and what they didn't like about it. Again, you want to know as much as you can. Moving on, the next thing you want is, of course, as much information as possible on the product or the service that they're offering. Now, so when I say product or service, because of course one client, maybe you're writing web copy for a physical product, or maybe you're writing copy for a service that the client is providing. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you, first of all, you understand what it is. Like, I've been in situations where I thought I understood the product, but then it turned out that I didn't completely get it because the communication just wasn't that great. So you need to understand what the product is exactly from the client. So get on a call with them and get them to tell you about it. The second thing is to understand what problem does the product solve. Like, how is this product the perfect solution for the prospective customers? What problem does it solve for them? Because then you understand the pain points of the customers, right? And how the product steps in and how it dissolves that. And then another thing is also about understanding how the product is different. So you need to ask your client specifically, why is your product unique? why is it revolutionary? Why is it different to anything else that's offered on the market? Hear it from them, hear them say it, because then you will get it, like this energy and this passion from your client explaining their product. If they don't have this, then just try to do your best with what they give you, but definitely ask these questions. Moving on to number 3 is the audience. You want to understand everything about the prospective customer. Now, let me just put it this way, okay? Your client should have an avatar, right? A customer avatar that's filled in from the top to bottom, that's loaded with good information. So although your customers should have this information ready for you, that's not always the case. I've worked with a lot of customers who don't have any idea who the prospective client is. So you have 2 options when you come across this type of client. Number 1 is you help them create the customer avatar. Now, I don't usually recommend doing this, as in it's not your job technically as a copywriter to sit down and teach them these things. However, you can help guide them. So what I do is I have a sheet, which is like a sheet that the customer fills out, and it's all about their customer and the client avatar. So in there I will have prompts and questions which they just have to answer for me in as much detail as possible. And I will sit down with them on a call. So they first fill it in by themselves, and I sit down with them on a call and I go deeper and deeper to understand more, because when they're filling it in by themselves, sometimes they don't go into as much detail as we need them to. Number 2 is you signpost them to a professional who will help them do that, to a professional service. Or you could also just signpost them to like a book or a YouTube video that will teach them how to do that. Number 4 is understanding where your copy will appear or how it will be interacted with. So for instance, of course, if your copy is going to be a Facebook ad, that's pretty straightforward. But if it's on a landing page or a website or something else, there might be a little bit of there could be a difference in between how you see and how your customer wants it to be. So it's good just to clear it up and ask them. So I don't think that copy should ever be written to fit a template on a website. I think it should be the other way around. Like the website should be created around the copy to create a smooth customer experience. However, some customers have limited, have a certain view on how they want things to be done, and then we have to do our best to work with them. So again, you can recommend that it's better to do it the other way around, or you can compromise somewhere in the middle, or you can just write your copy to fit it into the template. The next thing you need to understand is what is the step the customer is going to take after reading your copy. So this is going to be your call to action. And basically you just want to know what the client wants their prospective client to do. So what your copy is persuading the person to do, right? For some people, it will be buying the product. For some people, it will be signing up to the newsletter. For some people, it will be just simply clicking a website and going through to the landing page. This is one of the most important things about your copy that you need to understand. So make sure you ask that. Piece together the whole journey of the customer, like how they discover the product, what problem does the product solve, and then how they interact with the advertisement, and what are the next steps in the journey. Last things is the deadlines and the budget. So the deadlines, of course, you need to understand if the client wants to release if the client wants to launch in 3 days, then you need to get moving. But if it's 3 weeks or whatever, you can pace yourself. And then budget. So basically, some writers prefer to charge per word, while others prefer to charge per project. So it's up to you. But either way, make sure you clarify that with them. Make sure you clarify that with the client, so that when it comes down to being paid and invoicing them, there isn't an issue there. So I think that's everything for today. Let's just recap what I said. So these are the things you're gonna ask your client for. Okay, number 1 is previous and current marketing strategies and efforts around the product and service. Number 2 is information about the product. Number 3 is information about the audience. Number 4 is information on where your copy will appear and how it will be interacted with. Number 5 is the call to action. Number 6 is the budget. And number 7 is the deadline. So I think you're ready to get working on your order now. I'm gonna link another video down below, which is basically like the next step from this video. That video is gonna help you when you're actually sitting down with the screen in front of you ready to write your order. So it's going to help you set out your outline for your copy, set out the keywords, any specific phrases, words, angles that you need to include in a copy. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and connect with me on Instagram and everything. And I'm here to answer any of your questions. Ciao, and see you in the next video.